This is a little bit more kind of like the emotional side of leadership. I would say that Shaitan's got a good thing going with everybody, all these potential leaders. They're all wearing the shirt, but they kind of like cover it up with something else. I call this section called Put Your Hijab Back On. Okay, so check this out. This is the background. There was a sister in an ISOC. ISOC is a student, it's the MSA equivalent in the UK. She became active in her student association, and in her student association, she started wearing hijab. And she became very active, like she's only been wearing hijab for like 2 months. And then she gave a speech to all the students there. So she said something, it was like Ramadan time and so on. She gave a speech. She said, I know some of you are wondering who is, whatever her name was, who is, let's say Faiza, for example. She's like, who is Faiza to be wearing a hijab and telling us all about this Islamic stuff when only 2 months ago she wasn't wearing hijab? And then she said, if this hijab is your hurdle to listening to me, then here you go. She took her hijab off and she put it aside. The whole audience, and British people, right? They're like, oh, right? The woman just took her hijab off in front of everybody. So she said, if you're trying to not listen to me because of this hijab, there you go. Hijab is off. Now listen to me. Okay? And then she proceeded, as this brother who told me about this, she proceeded to give a speech that brought tears to the eyes of every single person who listened to her. Straight from her heart. Touched the hearts of every single person there. She spoke from the heart. The brother that told me this story told it to me in Medina. He was a Medina student, and later he graduated. And this brother pretty much is doing nothing in terms of dawah, very little. He's doing stuff, no doubt he's doing stuff, but he has a whole bigger potential that's not being tapped. This brother, it is my assumption that the reason he doesn't step up into leadership is because he is so, inshallah ta'ala, sincere. Inshallah. Just like this sister who took her hijab off. She was so sincere. So I asked him the question. I said to the brother, I go, remember that sister? I spoke to this brother trying to get him to like step it up and stuff like that. He just likes to play low. And I said, remember that sister who took her hijab off? And he said, yes. I said, inshallah ta'ala, was she sincere? And he said, yes. And I said, did she do the right thing? The answer is no. Don't take your hijab off. So I said to him, put your hijab back on. Put your hijab back on. Because you can tell me every day how sincere the issue is. You can tell me you're afraid of riyah and you're afraid of showing off. By playing low is not the right thing. Right? So just like we tell other people that, enter into Islam, they'll say, well, feel like a hypocrite. They're like, no, enter Islam and work on your intentions. Same thing for you, the situation that you've come to this event, and maybe you're, cream of the crop of the city, actually cares about leadership. Now you might be afraid that, if I step up, then it's showing off. So in running away from showing off, you play small, but you're doing the wrong thing. And so I'm telling you, put your hijab back on. Brother or sister, do the right thing and do it sincerely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.